My name is Andreina Garcia, and today I will be presenting on the neurological based behavior of autism. What is autism? According to the CDC, autism spectrum disorder is a developmental disability that can cause challenges in the areas of social, behavior, and communication challenges. Some statistics and facts that I was able to find conducting my research were, according to Dunlap 2019, 1 in 59 children are identified with autism spectrum disorder. There has been an increase of up to 2% of the world that has been found with autism spectrum disorder. This disorder can be diagnosed by the age of 2. However, most don't until the age of 4 with more certainty that that is what is occurring. Children with autism are fascinated by water, so it's always recommended that children who are identified with autism spectrum disorder get some form of swim lessons. The evidence-based practices began in 1970. This is where they started conducting more research-based interventions for the spectrum. And autism is 4 times more common in boys. There are different forms of autism. There's the autistic disorder, then there's the pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, PDD, NOS, and then there's Asperger syndrome. The Asperger syndrome is more classified as a child who may show signs of autism but is considered a high functioning child, but there's still some signs that the child identifies within the spectrum. There are many signs and symptoms that appear in a child that can identify as being part of the spectrum. Some of them include the child being antisocial, no communication skills, avoiding eye contact, lack of understanding empathy. When it comes to lack of understanding empathy, it means that the child doesn't really understand other individuals' feelings. When a child does a certain behavior towards another child, like the child won't know if it's wrong or right, the behavior that he's showing. Children usually don't want to be touched. They don't like for other individuals to touch them. It's something about their senses. They show repetition of actions. Also, there's children that don't like change. So if a child likes his pencils a certain way, they need to be that way or else the child might become upset. Regression in learned skills. For example, your child may be doing well in word recognition and then all of a sudden you show the word to your child and your child cannot identify it anymore. Those are common signs and symptoms. There's many more, but these are some of the common ones that you tend to see if you're in the classroom or you're interacting with a child yourself, and also the redirection of behaviors. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about interventions slash systems. So some of the interventions that are done for a child who identifies on the autism spectrum are antecedent-based interventions, which means that this is going to monitor what is happening before the child engages in a certain type of behavior. For example, like if your child, you notice that every time you're transitioning, your child is getting upset, you're going to see what is triggering that transition for the child to be upset. Then there's PECS, which is picture exchange communication. When a child is nonverbal, this is the most common type of activity to do. Then there's task analysis, when you are reaching for goals and you're having your child check off their analysis. And there's play therapy.